hello. So a quick video as I gotta go to the store. Yeah, I have to go to the store. I always think I'm gonna stand up, but then I sit down. Okay. I stand up, but then I sit down again. Yeah, I'm in a different angle to get me old artwork in there in the picture. I know, I always say I'm gonna come out with my art video, even if I'm not in it. I just want to show you what I'm been working on. It's up on the wall, but it's also not done yet, not completed. But look at this close up. Okay. Anyhows, how's everybody doing? All right. I don't think you can hear my iPad is about to go dead, but we are listening to kidney stones. Get rid of kidney stones music, meditation music. Anyhows, yeah, that is sage that you see, and it is the second group of sage. I burnt it earlier today, but I just want to finish. I just want to tell you what happened with Devin real quick, because I said this story so many times that I'm tired, and he has not been to the doctor yet. We went to the emergency room. We were there for hours. The pain felt like a stabbing, and then it was a dull, and then it was stabbing again. It was really excruciating. They did sonogram on his abdomen, a CT scan, and they found out that he has an 8 millimeter or 8 centimeter blockage of a kidney stone. Yeah, he's on kidney stone medicine because he gets kidney stones a lot. He's diabetic and has heart disease. So why didn't the kidney stone medicine work? Well, who knows? He said could have been something he ate. They don't know. They just said it's hereditary. He's always going to get these probably for his whole life. So he drinks a lot of water. A lot. Okay? You know who doesn't drink water? This one. Okay. No, that's not true. I had a little Maryland cup. I took my vitamins. Finally took my vitamins. It says wonderful, because she didn't want to be great. She didn't want to be famous. She didn't want to be popular. She just wanted to be wonderful. Quote from Marilyn Monroe. MM. Anyhow, you didn't want to hear that. So, yeah, so we were at the doctor at the ER for a long time. They took good care of us, and they said they were sending the paperwork to a urologist that's all the way across town. So we thought we were going to wake up, make the appointment, and go, right? No, not here, not in this small town, okay? Where the doctors close up shop around 11 on Friday, okay? And everybody leaves. You won't talk to the doctor. We just wanted to talk to the doctor because last night he was in excruciating pain. The medicine wasn't working. I called up the ER. I was going to bring him back to the ER, but I had a little bit of Jesus juice. Really nothing to write home about because I couldn't relax. So it was like half an ounce. And then I had to stop drinking it because at any point I would have to drive, and I can't see at night, but he couldn't drive because he was in so much pain and he was on so many medicines. So they told me to double up on one of his Tylenol 3 because he's a big man, 6'4". Anyhow, it still didn't seem like it was working. So then he had to wait till 2:45 in the morning before I can give him that other pill that starts with a K. And so I gave it to him at 2:30 because he was screaming for it, and that seemed to work a little bit. He said we both of us fell asleep in the living room and watching The Good Witch, making fun of episodes. Anyhow, we get up at 7:30 to make all these phone calls, and they kept on saying, oh, they didn't fax anything over, we don't have it. So we called back the OR. The OR says, we faxed it over last night, but we'll fax it again. Call them back in 10 minutes. They should have it. We call them back. They say they still don't have it, right? Guess who was peeing on our leg and telling us it was raining? Okay? We really needed that. We really needed that after, anyway. So, long story short, they kept saying they didn't get it. So finally the ER said, you know what? I got the tracking number and I have the exact printout of when they said they received it, which was 2 minutes ago. So if they try to say that they don't have it in their hand, and they did, they tried to tell me they didn't have it in their hand. And I said, oh, that's funny, because the ER says that they have the tracking number and that you indeed received it 3 times over. Okay, so my husband is in a lot of pain. He needs, if you can't get the doctor to see him, he needs somebody to prescribe him medication that's going to work, actually. So she was like, oh no, everything has to be, the doctor will call after he looks at it, he will call him. Guess what? He never called him. Never called me, never called him. And then they closed. So by 12 o'clock, nobody answers the phone. So if he's in pain, and the medicine's not working, we're going to have to drive to the ER. So maybe this is why God wanted me to be home. Why God didn't want me to have that full-time job. So I can be here to help Devin. And matter of fact, when we were in the ER, I get a phone call from the robot sub thing. And he said, answer it. And I went to answer it, and then I realized he's sitting there with the IV in his arm. He's in so much pain. He was holding onto his cane. He couldn't even lay back. And I was like, no, I'm not even answering it. What they did to me, I'm supposed to be with you. I'm here to take care of you. So I hung up, and they did call me this morning, and my favorite school had called me and said, are you still subbing? And I said, absolutely, but not this week, and maybe not next week, but I am still subbing. My husband has a kidney stone. And they didn't answer after that, but that's okay, because now I'm just rolling the dice. I'm doing what I feel like doing. Right now, I'm gonna be involved with helping my husband. Now he's starting to be in pain. I just gave him the second dose at 3:30. First dose was 8 o'clock in the morning, then at 3:30. So he's not due any more pain medicine. Maybe he could take one more Tylenol 3, because he only took one, because he wasn't in pain. So anyhow, I just wanted to tell you what was going on, and also finish my unboxing. I felt so bad. I gave you a text, Tina. I felt so bad because I don't want people to think that I'm not grateful and happy for the beautiful love and friendship and outstanding ways that you show me love and appreciation. And so this is what Tina from Long Island. Well, I don't know. What is that? Oh, look, she's dressed up as Lady Liberty. That's the perfect shirt for today. Okay, actually it was my pajama shirt, but who's asking? Nobody's asking. Is there a camera in here? Oh yeah, you're the camera. Anyway, so Tina from Long Island has made these for me before. I wanted to pay her. She wouldn't take any money. So I told her she can pick out healing artwork, or she could, or a reading. So she's gonna go for the reading. Whenever she gives me the information, I will start meditating on her for her reading. Anyhow, look at these beautiful stickers. It says the Katrina Brady line. The Katrina Brady line. And then it says, then she made other ones that say Mystic Brady healing artwork. And I'll just show you close. So what does this go for? These are stickers that I put on the folder. When people buy my healing artwork, you get a folder, you get some sage, you might get a Palo Santo up in that biatch. You might not get a box if you're a second time buyer. The first time buyer, I give you a whole box. But the second time you buy something, I give you a couple of cones. Why? Girl, you girls running out of money. Okay, anyhow, because these are expensive and I use them a lot too in my work. So I hope you don't mind if I just give you a couple of cones instead of a whole box, because but the first time, if you never bought anything before, of course you will get a whole box. Okay, and a Palo Santo stick, and also you get a folder explaining what the artwork means, what it represents, the affirmations that go with it. And I'm telling you, I try to get, Devin was doing some affirmations. He just repeated them, but he was in so much pain. He was like, don't make me do this now. And I said, listen, nothing else works. Wouldn't you want to do something natural? You're drinking the apple cider vinegar, you're drinking in the water, you're drinking gallons of water, you're drinking lemon in your water. Wouldn't you, just so you don't have to have an operation, wouldn't it be worth it to try to do the affirmations? And then he said, okay, and he said it. But you really need to say it a lot and concentrate on it and be listening to this music. So maybe if he watches this when he can't sleep, he'll hear the music and he'll say the affirmation. Anyhow, thank you so much, Tina. These are absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart chakra to the tip of my crown chakra to my third eye chakra. And look at these cards. Now, these cards have on them, I used every single card you have. I only have an example over there that I put on my board, so I would always have an example of it. But I used these. That's how much artwork I sold in the past. I used every single one that you gave me, and I used every label that you gave me. This is so beautiful of you. On the cards it says Katrina Brady, P.O. Box 62132, San Angelo, Texas 76906. And then it says Brady, handcrafted healing artwork. I love that. Handcrafted healing artwork. It means so much to me. And for anybody to believe in my work, to use it, to utilize it. I'm only, like I always tell the kids, I'm only trying to help you. I'm never trying to hurt you. I'm only trying to help you. So you could feel better, so you could feel happy, so you could feel less stress, so you could feel like your organs and your chakras are in alignment. Okay? So you don't have a bellyache or a migraine or a headache. So you don't have a toothache, an earache, or a backache. Okay? We can utilize colors. We can utilize affirmations to help heal us, to get us in a line, to see what is the dis-ease. All it means is something went wrong in the past and we have to fix it. Something hurt us in the past and we're holding on to it. Okay? It says katrina.kb@gmail.com. It says paypal.me/KatrinaBrady7. And that's all my information in case you want to send me something. Okay? Thank you so much, Tina. I really appreciate it. You are the best. And please let me know. Now I have more time on my hands. I'm going to be doing video after video after video after video. You're going to get sick of this face. But I'm going to go back to my walk and talks, because when I don't walk, I don't feel great. And I didn't walk yesterday, I don't think. Because we went, after I was doing that video, then we went to the hospital. Well, actually in the middle of it, I wasn't finished. So I wanted to thank you for that. Now, when I was in the classroom, I have one other thing to show you guys. And although it's a little bit painful, it's also very sweet. And this little girl walked up to me when they got picked up by the other teacher, and I was just sitting in the, at the table, kind of like, what's going on in my world? Like, I think she thought I was going to go pick them up with her, and I refused. And then when it was time to bring them to gym, I think she was like, oh, it's time for gym now. And then I didn't say anything. I go, yeah, I'm just looking at my phone. So what am I supposed to do? You tore up my room. Nobody told me anything. She was like, it's not my fault. They told me to do it. Throwing them under the bus. Anyhow, so she goes, I guess I'll go take them to gym. I go, yeah, I guess so. That's good. Because I knew that I was going to pack my stuff up when they were at gym. I wasn't going to be there when they got back. Why push myself into that situation? That all day long, as long as I was there would be questions, and then they would probably turn on me. Think that, and they might already feel that way. So I don't know how this little girl, I think she just wanted to bring me a present, because when we were on the rug, we were talking. She even put me one. Misspelled it, so cute. When we were on the carpet and I was talking to them, I told them, we're going to do so many things this year. And one of the things that we're going to do is, because one kid, in each of the class, there was always like 2 kids that were like flip out, and they had severe ADHD. One was medicated, one wasn't. But they both acted the same, whether they were medicated or not. So I tried to treat them with grace, but it does take a lot of patience, and it also disrupts the class when they yell and scream, say they were gonna hurt themselves, or they hate me, I'm mean. Like 1 minute they would say they loved me, and 1 minute they would say I'm mean and they hate me. So if I tried to get them to work, that's usually when they would say it. So what happened was, I was saying that I remember a technique that I had when I worked in Brooklyn. I had a kid that was on the autistic spectrum, but it was pre-K, so the parents didn't want to do anything about it. They were their religion, that was against their religion to have the kid tested. So almost every day he would come in and bite me. He was real tall too. His father was like 6'5", and so he was a tall boy. And he would bite me, he would bite the para, he would kick me. I had bruises up and down my leg from, my knee down. One time he kicked me so hard in my knee, I saw stars, but you couldn't do anything about it. That, you're a teacher, you're expected to, and they were like messing with me, so they weren't supportive. They were like, what did you do as his teacher to cause him to flip out, or to cause him to get upset? Okay. So that's the way it is, and that's the way it was, and that's the way I see it over here as well. Nobody cared that you had a bite mark on your arm. So long story short, I had to have things in place for this kid that would calm him down. So many things. He was definitely on the spectrum. I mean, he did the toy on the side. He would hold a toy and track it on the side. That's one of the signs. He would flail constantly, and just cry. He'd just cry. And then when we got ready to actually sing songs and go over the calendar, every single day was the same routine. He would stand there and scream on the top of his lungs. So the kids are 4 years old, so they're scared. They cover their ears. They're waiting for me to do something, waiting for the para to do something. So when the para would I would have to tell the para, please do, you have to be on top of him while I take care of the rest of the class and try to do the lessons. And he would kick her so badly that she was like, first she was fighting with him, and I was like, you can't wrestle with him, you can't hurt him or overpower him. She was like, oh, I'm supposed to just get kicked. I'm like, yeah, that's basically, it sucks. Okay, but you got to do all these different things and try to distract him and yet bring him slowly, if he's not ready to join the carpet for the mini lesson, then take him aside. And so what I developed for him was that he loved to do was you take a tray, and I bought everything was bought out of my own money, Oriental Trading, Michael's, sand, different color sand. He liked blue and he liked green a little bit, but mostly he liked blue, everything blue. So I had sand in 6 different trays. They had different color sand in it. They had shells. Yeah, just sand and shells. And he loved that texture of the sand. And then he had a whole process where then he didn't like the sand on his hands, so we would have to do the process of washing his hands slowly. Sometimes he didn't like to wash them, so you would give him a rag. Like, you get to know the child. So I saw this kid, and he needed some kind of sensory, the 2 boys, some kind of thing that would bring him their attention to something else so they can calm themselves down. And you always know some kids will just throw it up in the air. But if it was totally nothing to do with teaching or a pencil or a crayon or paper, then they would be happy. So I started to tell the kids, we're going to do sand and shells. And they were like, I don't like to go on the beach. And then I said, no, I'm not talking about going on the beach. And then I described the trays and colored sand and what color do you like. And it's a very early childhood type of technique. But sometimes even a 3rd grader, a 4th grader, a 5th grader that has this, ADH or on the autistic spectrum, sometimes that kind of thing helps them. I also worked at Montessori. I started out my career in Montessori teaching science, art, and social studies to 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades. And that was a school where the kids didn't get along, and regular school, organized type of private schools or public schools, because they were on the spectrum. And the in the 80s, they didn't understand that, and so the kids would get kicked out of school after doing so many different things, flipping out. So the kid especially that was like yelling and screaming, I'm not coming to the carpet, I'm not listening to you. He was like, what? Shells? What? Sand? Oh, you can have different colors? And I was like, yeah, what's your favorite color? And then he was like, no, I don't like shells. I don't like sand. That's for babies. And I said, that's okay. You don't have to do it. You don't have to use it. It's going to be for kids who are absolutely doing their work, and maybe they finish their work, or they just need a break and they need to calm down, and they'll be able to do that. Kids, raise your hand. Who would like to do sand and shell play? And then reluctantly, the kids were looking at each other, and all the other kids raised their hand. When they raised their hand, the kid that was having trouble with, his behavior, and saying he even hated sand and shells, and that's for babies, then he was like, I want to do that. I want to be able to do that. And I said, you know what, sweetheart? You're going to be able to do that, because that's one of the things that I'm going to bring in. And some kid said, I have painted rocks at home. And I was trying to teach them a little bit about collage art. I had 2 paintings that I brought in. One was the dragonfly that's over there, and the other one was the Native American picture, and I haven't found it yet. So she better have given it to me, because I had that on the wall, and then I put it in the bathroom. And then one kid that always went into the bathroom a million times and would stay in there a long time, it fell down. But it didn't break, so then I took it out of the bathroom and hung it on the other wall. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm sure I'll come across it. I haven't unpacked the bags. That's why. But anyway, so what's my point? I just wanted to tell you that little story. My point is, So this little girl, she has a twin sister. She remembers me when I used to be a sub. Her sister remembers me too. So her sister's in the other class. Um, Anyhow, she walks in that morning, Monday morning, and I didn't pick them up in the gym like I always did. Um, and she sees me sitting there and she has a bad face on. Sad face. Sad and mad. So I don't know what that teacher told them in the gym. But she probably told them, "You're my class now." Like she said to me, "This isn't your class, it's my class. I'm the teacher, you're not the teacher." So she probably told them that. And I don't know what she told them, but some kids looked mad at me. And like I said, one of them said, if we're good, will you be our teacher again? I want you to be the teacher again. If I'm good, will you be our teacher? And so I almost started crying. And then I'm bumping into her every minute. I know I told you the story a lot of times. I'm sorry. So she handed me this, and I didn't look at it because I didn't want to cry. I didn't understand how she brought me a present, not knowing that I didn't even know I wasn't going to be the teacher anymore. So why was she, but she just brought me a present because she cared about me and because of the story I said on the carpet. I didn't open it until 2 days later, till yesterday. There's a whole bunch of pink stuff in here, which is really nice. It's a purple shell. She painted it herself because of the story I was talking about with the sand on the trees, and I was definitely going to do it. I could put that together very easily. Okay. I'm just going to put her name on the inside so I never forget her name. And she told me, "I want you to be the teacher still." And what was I going to say? So you know what I said? I was honest with her. Because I'm not going to lie to kids. And I said, "Me too, sweetheart. Me too." I will treasure this. And I told her when she handed it to me, I said, "Whatever it is, I will treasure it." And then she walked away and she looked like she was going to cry. And then she was in like a trance, just like the other kids. The only one that was really like acting real was the little boy that had ADH, that had told me that he hated me. He had said so many scary things. But I always tried to tell him, "I care about you, so I'm only telling you this because I care about you and I want you to do well." And still mean that. I know I only knew them a couple of days, but they're always going to be in my heart. And I can't go back there as a sub because that, you know, maybe that would be some kind of revenge, against the teachers that were mean to me and the people, things that were done behind my back. But you know what? It wouldn't be good for the kids, and it wouldn't be good for me. And you have to take care of yourself when you're a teacher, or even a sub like me. You have to take care of your emotional. I truly thought 7 years and I got my classroom back. I got my classroom. Even if I just do it one more year, I'll be 59. Do it, that whole year being 59, and then maybe even still sub, till I'm 62, till I get Social Security. But I don't even look to the future anymore for that. I don't look to the future. I'm going to take it one step at a time. If I go back as a sub and I feel disrespected, or I feel, it's just too much, it's not worth it anymore, or I get too many panic attacks from the PTSD, with all the PTSD that I had from working through 9/11 in the school, 9/11 on lockdown, working in Staten Island, New York, Brooklyn, New York, in the worst neighborhoods. Um, and then moving all the way 3,000 miles away, and then making myself, learn how to get to these different schools. And I worked in about 10 different schools. And then just to recently, like last year, I would say it went down to 5. Then it went down to 3. Because other schools wanted me, I just eliminated schools that one school I worked at, my blood pressure went up to 230. Could have had a heart attack. I could have had a stroke. So I had to eliminate places that were the most stressful. Why make it harder on myself? Anyhow, so that's over. That chapter's done. And I just wanted to tell you, I just wanted to do a quick, I know it doesn't sound like quick. My music, my iPad went dead. I want to do a quick 3 cards from 3 different decks. Okay, so these are my really old from the 1990s New York. These cards, I don't even know the name of them. I don't even know if I have the book. I probably have the book, but I don't look at the book anymore. They tell me life's too short, don't look at the book. Some of the cards I do look at the book, because these are my really new cards. They're called the Kipper. And I practiced on my friends, on Rhonda, Crystal Medicine, on Leisha. She has a new channel. Oh, I gotta tell you about new channels. Okay, I gotta tell you about new channels. All right, where's my marker? Okay, guys. One channel that I want you to watch is called Leisha. She's one of my subs and friends. And her channel name is, I don't think she has much up yet, but you can give her some love. She always gives me money in my PayPal for wine. Okay, I know I didn't accept it yet because I have to find the code, so please forgive me, Alicia. As soon as, it's been a horrible, crazy week, and as soon as I find my code book, I can accept the money from the PayPal. I know I'm so friggin' lame. I had to change my PayPal code number so many times. So I have it written down. It's a weird long number, and I usually need Devin to help me with it. Anyway, please go to Leisha Fierce and give her some love. Lisha and Fierce. Echo, how do you spell fierce?
Fierce is spelled F-I-E-R-C-E. Do you want that one more time?
No, thank you. Okay, so Leisha Fierce. The other one I want to tell you about is called, it's kind of hard. It's called His Sally, Her Jack. His Sally, all lowercase letters, right? Then there's 2 hearts. But I'm sure if you just put it in, it'll come up. Because I don't think anybody, and it's in parentheses. This is a woman who is very, very, His Sally, 2 hearts, Her Jack. And it's parentheses, but I think if you just put in His Sally, Her Jack, and you'll see her in my comments. She follows me. I think she follows Ruby. I think she follows Crystal Medicine. I think she follows Kim Magical and a Comeback. And I think she might follow Genocide as well. Anyhow, her name is His Sally, Her Jack. His Sally, heart, heart. Those 2 pink hearts, 1 heart on top of the other. Okay, but I'm pretty sure even if you forget about the hearts and the parentheses, if you just write in His, all lowercase, His Sally, Her Jack, she should pop up. She is magnificent. She is trying to find the missing children, the missing people. Doesn't matter what age they are. If they're missing from somebody, from somebody's family. she's trying to find them. She's trying to bring awareness, but she's also extremely empathetic and intuitive, and I think she's discovering her psychic abilities. So her channel might start as missing, but you might start seeing her appear. Sometimes she shows her face, sometimes she just shows the picture of the missing, which is very needed. But I'm trying to get her to show her face more and do more talks to the camera, because I feel that, all right, here's a little psychic prediction. I feel her channel might change a little bit into more of psychic, and her psychic feelings on where these people are, where these children are, what happened to these children. Of course, for entertainment reasons only. Um, you know, and in her opinion, because I see her as very super intuitive and gifted and just needing the confidence to show that side. So please give her some love. She's been very kind and loving to all of us in the psychic community, in the soul sister community, and we should do the same for her. I encourage her to push herself to do longer videos, to show herself, do her talks. Um, I think you're gonna find, I'm talking to you now. I don't even know your first name. Okay. If you want to email me, my email is good. What is my email? Katrina8 dot at gmail.com. Wait, sorry. Katrina8 dot kb at gmail.com. And it's all lowercase. Katrina8.kb at gmail.com. Okay, anyhow, I feel like you're going to find a vehicle, whether it be cards, whether it be dowsing rods, whether it be just sitting and meditating for a few minutes on a case with music. Always use music. And you don't have to use music on the air if you don't want to, but you can meditate for 10 minutes with some Jason Stevenson, Third Eye Opening, whatever music, and just write down notes, what you're getting, what you're feeling. Because psychic ability is, everybody has it, but how you develop it, it's like the muscle people at the gym. They don't just get those muscles overnight and with steroids. Okay, I'm not telling you to use steroids, but if you don't use it, you don't lose it. If you truly have psychic abilities, if you don't use it, you still have it, but it's not as sharp. It's not as boom, 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 boom. You know, the more you open up the third eye, activate it, and use that part of your brain, which we all have, but a lot of people, they feel weirded out by it. They're scared. Their religious background, is at odds with it, so they don't want to deal with that. But I feel this is my prediction for you. Okay, his Sally, her Jack. I don't even know your first name. I would like to know a little, but maybe you just want to be anonymous. So his Sally, her Jack. I see great things for you. I see strong things coming out on your channel. And your channel might be taking a little detour. More videos, longer videos, showing yourself, maybe reading your notes. Okay? Everybody has to get started somewhere. But you already have it, sister. Okay? Namaste. Okay? Go over and give these people some love, guys. And of course, our Bella Butterfly, Forever Bella. Forever Bella Mew, M-A-U, I believe. Well, everybody knows Bella Butterfly. And our regular sisters, I don't even have to mention them. But let me do a pull, okay? Pull, an old pull for the collective. Let me have a pull for the collective. And this is making me feel happier when I do some readings. When I do readings, when I use my own third eye, it made me feel so happy when I did a little reading for Rhonda, for Ruby, and for Leisha. It made me so happy because I felt like, hey, I still got it. Okay, I was still getting messages. I'm not being conceited, but I just, sometimes as a psychic, we feel like we lose it. We feel like, oh, I don't have it anymore. Or maybe everything was wrong. Like the haters were telling me, you were wrong, so apologize. You got everything wrong. And the other person was like, yeah, I know she did. Mystic Brady is, there was nothing right about that video on Kylie. And she didn't apologize. I can't believe it. So, I can't say that I don't sit there and say, oh my gosh, did I do something wrong? Am I in trouble? A little bit of me says that, and you guys out there, Crystal Medicine goes through it. Ruby Tuesday, just a Texas medium, she goes through it too. Sometimes your brain is downloading, and so you like, I got nothing. Don't ask me any questions because I got nothing. That's your brain's way of protecting, and your guide's way of protecting you. No, this thing's coming up for you. You need your brain capacity to just go to work, go to sleep, take care of your family, take care of yourself. That's it. Okay? But it comes back. It comes back. It's like me coming to the table wanting to turn over a card. I don't know if I'm going to get anything. I turn on my camera. I don't know if I'm going to make any friggin' sense. Okay? Or depress the crap out of people. Or maybe I'll make a joke and make a fool of myself as usual. Okay? And put a smile on somebody over in Australia, over in New Orleans. Where are you, New Orleans? I always look for you. Okay? Ireland. I used to have so many people from Ireland. Now I don't. England. Where are my England people? Anyway, it doesn't matter. USA, Africa, Canada. You always with me, Canada? It's my dream to go there because I have so many people that became my sub, and they're loyal and they're wonderful. Anyhow, I don't know what the frig I'm talking about. All I'm trying to say is sometimes you will second guess yourself and, second guess your work and say, oh, well, I was wrong about this one. You know how bad I felt because we didn't find Summer yet and we didn't find Michael? Doesn't mean we're stopping, right? Does it? Soul sisters and brothers out there and subs, are we going to stop looking for these kids and these people that are missing? Suzanne. I did probably 35, 40 videos on Suzanne Morphew. Jennifer Doulos, okay? My work is long. I'm not going back and saying, oh, okay, let me take this back, let me take that. No, my work stands on its own, okay? And if you don't appreciate that and you think that I owe somebody an apology, I'm sorry that you feel that way. And maybe it's time for you to go like this to somebody else's channel. And if you're just watching psychics to criticize psychics, that's a sad, state of affairs. You could utilize your time so much better. Being productive, being loving instead of hateful, being accepting instead of criticizing. People who are trying to do things for free for the collective. Okay? For free for the missing. All right? I didn't ask for $1 from you. I didn't ask for a penny. But I do ask for some respect. Okay? So move along if you don't like all this, okay? And you want to put some haterade out there. We don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay? The world is in a terrible state. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do from the 3 decks, and then I'm out, okay, because I got to go to the store, I got to get food for my family, I got to feed the animals, and hopefully be able to take a walk a little bit later. And if I don't, I will be all effed up, okay, jazzed up. Okay, so what I'm going to ask these 3 cards is I'm going to ask my angels and my spirit guides, what does the collective need to know? And Leo, I know I didn't get you, but I will get you. Okay, just been a little bit of a busy week. Okay, you have a job, you don't have a job. Here's your classroom. There's not your classroom. You were the main teacher. Now you're just going to be a peon. Okay, now it's time to go to the hospital. All right. Anyway, what's due for the collective Angels and spirit guides, I'm open and receptive to receiving a short message. For the collective, yeah, my earth signs out there going through a hard time, which I am an earth sign. So the earth signs are Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. All three of us, all three earth signs are having a hard time. Something weird. The energy is weird. My soul sisters and I, especially Ruby, we've been talking about how weird the energy is. Okay, so what's a message from the collective? I just want one card from this deck. What's the energy? Now these are my angel cards, angel messages. What do the angels want to tell the collective? Please and thank you. What do the angels want to tell the collective? My sassy subs, my unique unicorns, my merry mermaids and merry mermen, I know you're out there. My namaste ninjas, my bella butterflies, and my zen zebras. I love you, zen zebras. I love you all. Even if you don't love me, I love you. And I'm not going to stop, okay? What do we need to know for the collective and the angels? What do the angels and spirit guides want to tell? Yeah, hang in there, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Hang in there. You're such hard workers, and you got punched in the gut. That's all of us. Virgo, Capricorn, and not Sag. Why am I saying? No, Sag on top. Sag on top. Yeah, so I'm a little bit worried about my earth signs. Okay, take a breath. Do something good for yourself. You need to take a rest. You need to get more rest. And apparently we're all caretakers, so we've been very, very stressed because we're taking care of everybody else and we're forgetting to put ourselves on that list. And we need to get our own oxygen. They just showed me that. Grab your own oxygen, Virgo, Capricorn, and maybe it is Sag too. Sag is a fire sign though. But anyway, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, as of late, grab your own oxygen first. Give yourself oxygen. Give yourself food first before you can go out and cook somebody else a meal, so to speak. Okay, and then the last pile of these beautiful cards that I've had for a very long time. A quick message. This video is 48 minutes. What's up with all these long videos? Okay. Spirit guides and angels and guides, what message do you need to tell? Do I need to tell my subs? The collective. Let me know what the collective needs to know. Thank you. Please and thank you. His Sally, her Jack. That's such a cool name. And Leisha Fierce. That's a cool name too. Leisha Fierce. His Sally and her Jack. His Sally and her Jack. Leisha Fierce. Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. Only the good in divine's time. Okay? Oh, okay. Change is happening. Okay, and this is the only one that I use the book. Oh, look at the book. He's so cute. He's so cute. Okay. I need my glasses. Here they are. Nine. Okay, so change. It's time to go. This card shows a hard-working porter in a flat workman's cap packing up your stylish furniture in a horseless carriage. You're moving from your old townhouse into a better digs. So some people move in, okay? You don't plan to come back. That was me in the school. I was like, here's your key. Here's all my stuff. I'll make 5 trips myself. It doesn't matter. Anyhow, you don't plan to come back. Okay, this is somebody out there. You're moving from your old townhouse into a better digs. So better You're going to the better place. You're going into somewhere that is going to serve you better, that you're going to be happier at. Okay? So some people are moving out there, literally moving. Okay? And you don't plan to come back. With the family room card 21, literally a new apartment, with a new house. If I pulled up card 20, it would be a new house. Let me see. Card 20 was next. No, card 32 is next. Okay. I'm not going to go further. Let me just read this to you. Okay. More abstractly, it may also mean that you need to be adaptable. Yes, because change is hard. Change is very hard to do. I struggle with that all the time. And I moved 14 times, and every single move was hard and not happy for me. Even though I was moving from like a condo into a house, I cried in every room of that condo. It was almost like I knew there was going to be trouble where I was going. This is a point in time for change. That might manifest itself via a change in location or other social situation, such as a career move. Yeah, some people are going to change their career out there. Relationships with others or your own outlook may change. Okay, so it could be emotional, could be spiritual change. Most likely, I'm feeling a physical change, but also change in relationships that maybe were toxic. You're moving away from that. A change in yourself, a versatile card that can link up with others to represent change of physical location, occupation, or relationships, moving on from where you live or work, a change of career or relationship, taking some possessions with you but leaving some others. But your space and circumstances require some to be left behind. Yeah, there's some. They just showed me somebody's leaving a situation, and it feels heartbreaking, but you're also feeling better. You're feeling safer. It's a new life, and you should do it. And your angels are with you all the way. Okay, so require some to be left behind, physical and emotional. This card is usually metaphorical. Circumstances are changing, but with card 27, unexpected income, a literal relocation or move. Okay? All right. Thank you, Kipper. These are Victorian cards. So I just friggin' love them. Yeah. No. Okay. All right. I'll show them to you again. Okay, I'll be using them because they're so easy. They have such a nice flow. Those card readers out there, you know what I'm talking about. It's not that they're just shiny and laminated. They have an easy flow. Like I didn't have to do 700 prayers beforehand to feel protected. With my regular tarot cards, I do have to do the 700 prayers, and I have the whole booklet of the millions of prayers. I just said, can I read these and just say a prayer of protection? And they were like, yeah, go ahead, but light up the Palo Santo, if you know what I mean. Okay, and I did. Okay, so now for the angel card messages next. I hope you received that message for the Kipper cards, okay? Sorry I'm acting hyper, but sometimes I get a groove on. Okay. When you like what you're doing, and I also worked on a little bit of my Tommy Extra painting that was half done, and I plan to be revisiting that whole Tommy Extra book and trying to sell it again. I'm going to be doing book readings in my head. I have a vision. I have to push myself to do book readings of my Tommy Extra book, and I also have to, get in contact with the library and get in contact with any shops to try to promote Tommy Extra, because it's a very good story and the artwork is nice, and it'll have a place. Anyhow, time to go. So we're getting the energy of moving, change, and now time to go. Look at this. Okay, so time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life, and know that the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of a new beginning. Thank you. I received that message too. And we are with you through each phase and cycle. They just told me another card. Okay? All right. Yeah. You can't have too many angels. You can't have too many angel cards. So I picked another one because they said another one. Okay? So it's time to go. Changes, go with the changes, go with the move, or change of friendships, change of relationships, change of your house, or spiritual change of the career, change of a job. And this is opportunity to forgive, very important. This situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Yeah. So the angels want you guys out there to heal and grow. And because of this change or situation that you're going to be in, it's going to offer you growth and healing. Although you might be like, oh no, this is annoying, this is a bad situation, I lost my job, or I lost my house, or I lost my apartment. It's going to force you to go into the next level, to find a new place, to find a new job, to find a new career, to find a new relationship. Okay? That's what I'm getting, and therefore healing. Ergo, healing will happen. I just wanted to say ergo. I just wanted to friggin' say ergo. I'm going to read the rest of it, but I just need to light this. So this will be the last one that I light. And we have pink, rose quartz, and blue. And I believe this is crystal medicine. When you see this, let me know what you think this is, or magical. I forget what I used to know what it is. Is it agate, blue agate? It's supposed to be for healing and psychic abilities and your third eye. It's heavy. Devin bought me this one. My sister Susan bought me this one. I was her maid of honor in the 90s. Okay, so this has been with me a long time. Let's see how long. No, I can't do the math. Sorry, can't do the math. Like 20 years? Okay, I can't do the math. All right, don't make me do math. All right, I'm not the math teacher anymore. Okay, so is that light? Okay, good. This situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold the intention of seeing the other person's inner divine life and goodness. We will help you release the unforgiving thoughts, feelings, and energies. Okay, I will tell them. And lift you to a higher place of peace and compassion. Sometimes they talk to me when I'm mid sentence. That's okay. So basically, they're saying there's a situation out there where somebody was hurt in a relationship, hurt, it could be workplace, and we have to forgive them. We have to see that person or that group of people that, like stabbed you in the back or hurt you or said hurtful words, or just the relationship didn't work, or the job didn't work out, or they just told me something about real estate or a realtor. Yeah, just that's a weird word to hear. But they said you have to look at what is nice in that person, what is good and divine, okay? And forgive them for what they did to you to hurt you, okay? And that's a hard thing to do, like I want to blame everything on that new teacher that came in and ripped down my stuff, and but the thing is, the bosses told her she could do it. So is it really her fault? Like, because she was even saying, it's not my fault. They told me I could do that. They told me it's my room. Okay? But, the thing is, they didn't tell me. All right? But anyway, so I could say, you know what? She's starting out. Let her, I acquiesce and let her, allow her to have the room. And, I have many years and many classes that I've done. Maybe it's hand the baton over, okay? But it still hurts. So, do I blame her? Yeah, I blame her for pulling it down, but I blame them worse because they told her that she could do it. And maybe they even helped her do it. So, anyhow, I have to get over that, to get in a better place. I have to say, forgive her, and also know that God has my back, and the divine time. Whatever. I probably won't have a classroom, but I don't know that. I will be around kids, and that's good enough for me. All right, I will sub, but if I didn't lose that job and get it to her, I wouldn't be home for Devin. And if I would have stayed there like a sucker and tried to help her make the transformation with my kids, maybe I wouldn't be like, I would be so like full of resentment and sadness that I would never want to work again. And I would not be home with Devin when he needed to be taken to the hospital. And if I had all those books and lesson plans to do, it would have been a nightmare. Okay, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I wouldn't have been able to just concentrate on that. And she's probably single, young girl living at home with her parents probably, and has all the time in the world to do the lesson plans and whatnot, and be stressed out by 2 classes of kids. So anyhow, it all works out. So we have to release the situation. Your marriage didn't work out, that's all right. There'll be somebody else that's more suited for you. Your friendship didn't work out, the person stabbed you in the back 100 times. It's time to walk away from them and wish them well. Wish them well. Wish them well. Okay? You have a illness that you need to get over. Well, start to get metaphysical. Start to watch Mystic Brady and do affirmations and read Louise Hay. Okay? And heal your body and heal your mind. Okay? Meditate. Eat more fruits and vegetables. Okay. Anyway. So, yeah. So that was wordy. That was very wordy. But these cards are very wordy. Okay. And then it just says ground yourself. And I'm not going to go into what the paragraph says, okay, because I have to put on the glasses. But grounding yourself is really important because it means you're not getting, like when I don't go outside and take that little walk, even if it's right outside, I just go right outside. I walk back and forth like an idiot, back and forth. And then for some reason, like the third time I walk past the house, I feel better. I breathe in the air. It's like a release, okay? So this is saying ground yourself, whatever that might be. But sometimes when I just glued some glitter onto a canvas. I barely did anything, but that made me feel better, okay? So ground yourself, however that is. If you're used to going for a run or a walk, you got to do it. If you're used to going to the gym but you haven't had any time, you got to make a half hour for yourself. Make 1 hour for yourself, okay? Or meditation, even putting on fun music, just music. I like the 80s. I like the 80s music, and I also like rap music of today and anything Kanye West. So when I put that on, or Eminem, I put it on, I feel a little bit better. Okay, listen to a couple of songs. Dance around, walk back and forth in your house, whatever it is that you do to ground yourself. Walk outside, pet your dog, pet your cat. Okay, pet your rabbit if you have it. Okay, anyway, ground yourself. The angels want you to. They know you're gonna feel better. And the last pile is this pile. Oh, freedom. Look at that angel. Okay, what do you want me to tell them about this card? No, Spirit wants you to know that you still have the freedom to make choices. You feel like, oh, they're showing me somebody like with handcuffs. Like I feel like handcuffed to this bad relationship. I feel handcuffed to my job. I don't have a 401k, or there's no other way out. And God is telling you, Spirit's telling you, yes, you still have the freedom to change your life. Ask for help from somebody. Ask somebody for help. Just tell somebody, I would feel better if I was in a loving relationship, but I can't leave my family. I can't leave my husband or my wife or my significant other because I don't have enough money to live on my own. Or my kids are in the house. I can't live if left my spouse, then I'd be leaving my kids. Well, your kids are watching an example of how to not love somebody, to love somebody the wrong way. They're watching the fighting, they're watching the disagreements, they're watching the hatred. Sometimes they're watching the violence, and then they're going to grow up and think that's a normal thing to have. To be in a relationship, you have to be taken advantage of, or put somebody down, or hurt somebody. So is that the right thing to do for your kids just by staying? No. We have to, if the person won't go for counseling, they won't go for therapy, they're hurting themselves, or they're hurting you or your children, you have to get safe, okay? And forget about everything else except getting safe, all right? And Spirit is saying, we will help you. Pray to us, pray to God, pray to your angels, ask your angels for help, ask Archangel Michael for protection, ask for a way. Some people don't have freedom in their job or their career. Since 2020, I just heard that. 2020 screwed up so many people, so many situations for so many people. But what I'm telling you is Spirit is saying, stop thinking that. Stop using that as a block. And just visualize what you want and what you think will be a better way. Start visualizing the good thing instead of calling the bad thing. Oh, well, I can't have that because of 2020. I can't have that because I don't have any money. I can't have that because I didn't get that job. I can't have that because. Start saying, I have that. I'm so happy and grateful. I have this happy relationship, a loving relationship. I'm so happy and grateful. I have this job that I can go to and people are nice to me, or I know what I'm doing, or I feel appreciated. I'm using my gifts and talents from God. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm around friends that will help me, and people that love me. And I'm so happy and grateful I have my house, or my home, my apartment, my condo, my place to live. Even if it's a couch from a friend. I'm so happy and grateful that tonight I am safe. My family is safe, or I'm safe. Okay? So the spirit guides want you to know you have the freedom. The freedom to ask, the freedom to have a better life, the freedom to have more of a loving life, or even just more fun. Okay? Yeah, somebody out there is like, there's so many boundaries and borders, and you need to have more fun. Why are they saying 1980? They just showed me 1980 and Ronald Reagan. Does that mean anything to anybody out there? 1980 and Ronald Reagan. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know the messages, guys. Okay. I need 2 more from this deck. So for the collective, can I have 2 more for this deck? And then I am outie. Yeah. Poor attempt at trying to be cool and epically failing. Okay. I'm a unicorn today. Did you notice? This little hair keeps on trying to come out though. I gotta get going because I gotta go to the store in order to get some food. Okay, yes. Spirit guides and angels, what what messages do you have for the collective? Give me 2 more messages, please. Thank you. Please and thank you. I love you. Like, all right. That's too many. That's too many dudes. That's too many dudes. Okay. Okay. I just heard Cindy again. Okay. I know Cindy from Canada. Okay. But what's the message for Cindy? Okay, this might be for Cindy or might be for somebody out there. They're saying, yeah, go with your first instinct. It was a decision to do something, and then there was a roadblock or you stopped. It's showing me like even like ordering airplane tickets, a trip, whether it's a short trip or a long trip. There was like maybe even a combination of trips, like maybe 3 trips and 1 small one or 2 small ones and 1 big one. They're saying go forward with that trip, and the money will come, the opportunity will go forward, even if it's by yourself. Go forward with those trips, the small, 2 small and 1 big. Okay, write down in your journal what exactly you want to happen, where you want to go. Okay, even if nothing is planned, it was just a thought in your mind, maybe you spoke about it once. They're saying push forward for those trips. You need to do it. Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah. So they're saying that they want expression. They want you to express yourself more. This card. When I see this card, it's both the blue chakra, the throat chakra, where you're expressing yourself, you're saying your opinion, you're saying what you feel, what you believe, what you think. You might not be doing that much. So the angels want you to express yourself more. And don't be afraid. Remember, you have that freedom. Okay, we're in America. All right, and even if you're not in America, you're in England or you're in Ireland or Australia or Africa, wherever you are, the angels are saying express yourself. You can't hold in what you want and what you don't want to do. Don't be forced to do what you don't want to do. That's for somebody. Yeah, somebody feels like they have to shut their mouth and just accept it and do what other people want them to do. No, no. It's 2022. Okay, we have to start writing down what we want to do and saying no when it really, because when you do something against your soul, against what you really wanted to do in your heart, and you're just doing it for others, it's not coming out of your heart. And so then you feel like you're selling yourself. You're selling yourself short. You're being used. Okay. Yeah, somebody is being used and abused, doing everything that everybody's telling them to do and not expressing, but I want this life. I want this to do this job or career. I want to be in this relationship. All right? So speak up for yourself more. Use your throat chakra. Listening to Jason Stevenson throat chakra music will help you. There's affirmations for the throat chakra. Just pull it up on YouTube. I did many videos on the chakras. You could put in Mystic Brady throat chakra or just Mystic Brady chakra videos and a whole bunch will come up. I just heard eat more blueberries and blueberry muffins. And a little juice, not that much juice, because juice is very, very sugary. Time to create. So when I get these 2 cards, this is definitely high expression time, high arts and crafts and creation, new jobs, new creative. Yeah, some people want to totally go out of a job that they were doing for maybe 20 years, 10 years, 5 years. I just heard 2 years, and they want to go in a different direction. Have the freedom, have the balls to do it, to change your life. If you believe it, then it can happen. But you have to believe it first. You have to visualize it first. You have to spend nights and days having a little meditation time, and just set that time for yourself to for the next 8 minutes. I'm just going to write about how this is my dream is already happening. Okay, and just describe it exactly. What job you want to be in, what relationship you want to be in, what house you want to be in, or apartment. Where do you want to live? Where do you want to travel to? Okay, what do you want to hear from others? Oh, you're doing a great job. I want to give you a raise. I want to give you a promotion. Okay, it's time to create. This looks like Ruby. And sometimes it's hard to get started on expressing yourself and creating, because you feel like, oh, I'm not going to be good at that. I didn't do that 20 years ago, so why am I going to do it now? Or I don't have time for that because that's like playtime. No, I wouldn't have this whole job of healing artwork if I didn't put time for the chakra work. And I studied it. I studied it since about the 80s. What colors mean, how they can affect you, how they can affect your mood, how what I didn't understand what a chakra was. I used to call chakras, I used to spell chakras with an S. That's how little I knew. But I knew there was something important about the chakras. Okay? I don't want to take all these pills and medicine and have all these doctor bills and constantly go, to the doctor and the psychiatrist. Okay? I want to be my own psychiatrist. I want to be my own doctor. And then, if you have to go, you have to go. But we have to be our own doctor. We have to be our own psychiatrist and speak good words into our minds and speak good words about ourselves. Not put ourselves down, but build ourselves up. Okay? And then we got friendship. Okay? And I don't know if you know that I always say this, but always be kind. And if you have friendship, if you have a friend, then you have just about everything. Because if you are in a bad relationship, you can talk to your friend. If you find yourself without a house or homeless, you could talk to your friend, and then you will have their couch, or they will give you a room, maybe temporarily. Okay? If you have a friend, you're in any kind of depression or place, a medical problem, you have a friend, you're halfway home. You're halfway to solving your problem because you have that friend. So friendship and hope, kindness, and of course love is everything. Okay? We need to keep our friendships that we had in the past close to us too. All right? It takes work. It takes effort. But, we have to make that effort. Okay, guys, I am done. I am out of here, and I hope this was helpful to anybody in the universe. I want to say thank you again to beautiful Tina from Long Island, my fellow New Yorker. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Long Island. Wait, Lady Liberty. That's never working. This is Jersey, okay? Do I have any Jersey people out there? Do I have any Staten Island people out there besides my sister? Okay? I asked my daughter called me today and she said, "Oh, what happened with your job? You don't have your job anymore? You're not teaching, you don't have those 2 classes, 3rd grade?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, you know?" And she was like, "Yeah, tell me about it." I go, "Oh, you watched my video on YouTube?" And she was like, "No." I was like, "Oh, okay. That was a diss." So she used to watch me, but I guess she's too busy. Anyway, yeah, so everybody be good to each other. Be kind to yourself especially, and I love you.